Hey guys, welcome back to the 3-Hour News Show. We are still in the signature segment, See the Stories. Now, ASEAN Summit 2023 was held in Labuan Bajo this week, and countries of ASEAN and Timor-Leste took part in this event. Now, do you watch the welcoming dinner?
I did. I love how they dance, how the leaders of the nations dance to that particular song. And that became quite a spectacle, though.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, how would you expect nation leaders to actually dance to the song?
I can't.
You can't.
But I saw it.
You did.
I witnessed it.
But as you know, probably you were watching it also, the welcoming dinner, and you saw the host. Who was the host again? Oh, Karina Basrewan.
All right. There she is right here.
You guys are fun.
Who are you?
Look at you.
Look at you with the biker jacket.
Being back here. Yeah, you know, I mean, I've been in quite formal clothes the past week. I thought I'd change things up a bit, dress more like me.
Hey, how did it feel? How did it feel?
Yes.
It was quite surreal.
I mean, that would be a milestone in a history.
It was
history.
a milestone for sure. I mean, it wasn't just the president of the Republic of Indonesia. It wasn't just one, but it was like times 10.
Yo.
Literally.
And it's not even planned, if I'm not
wasn't
mistaken,
planned,
right?
yeah.
You're
So
not
I actually,
Oh, it wasn't planned?
so I got the call to be the host for the welcoming dinner 2 days before I had to fly out.
Wow.
So I was like, come again? Did you say the president? Yes, the president and all the ASEAN leaders too.
Oh my
And it was initially meant to just be voiceover.
Yeah.
So they wanted to sort of plan the whole dinner and presenting things without the actual person being present.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, there was like, oh, you know what? You'll be up there.
How was actually the experience, the overall experience, but after you got the call and then you flew out 2 days after, and then you arrived in Labuan Bajo, and then finally hosting the event, the welcoming dinner.
It was a process for sure, and it was also my first time in Labuan Bajo, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to like, oh my gosh, like I've heard so many great things about Bajo. So I was trying to like, I was fangirling over the place, but at the same time I was like, oh yeah, I'm here because of the ASEAN Summit as well.
I'm here for
so yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, ASEAN Summit, 10 ASEAN leaders, and oh my gosh, Bajo is so beautiful. So it was like, it was a lot. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. I barely slept. But what's new?
What's new? Can you imagine Karina Basrewan on Miss Earth and having almost, what is lip again?
What's that?
Yeah, no, and then they changed like, it was different every day. So I think that's why they required a few times of rehearsals, because there were a lot of changes, a lot of things that needed to be fixed to make sure it was perfect.
It went well.
Because I mean, 10 leaders, it's a huge, it's such a huge event, you know, and not only is it attracting the viewers right here in Indonesia, right? It goes beyond Southeast Asia, ASEAN,
You're gonna have
the world.
And even the world,
Exactly.
Oh, too. Now talk about the dinner itself, Karina. Tell us about the dinner. You know, what kind of food, who prepared the food?
But actually, wait, who's the man behind the welcoming dinner?
Right.
The man behind the welcoming dinner.
Look and see all the show, you know, the design of the program. Oh,
Yep.
all right.
Yeah, I got the chance to meet him on the first night of rehearsals, and yeah, it was spectacular. Honestly, if you guys watched the show, the dinner, they had fireworks going off at the very end. I didn't even know about that. So I was like, whoa, what was that? That was amazing. But you know, everything was just, it was planned very nice. And if you also look closely in detail, when the president was delivering his speech, he sort of had like a pause at the end.
Yeah.
When he went, enjoy the dinner, enjoy Bajo, and then he paused, and then the lights of all the islands sort of went off. And then right when it went off, he goes and enjoy the show. And then the show started, and it was just a whole performance on its own. And it was amazing. Even I was a part of it for like the past 4 days, sort of like preparing for it. I was still in shock when it actually happened, because it was that amazing. Yeah. Even they were like major surprises for me, who was basically there like every second of it. Yeah.
But talking about the menu, because Ranga
Right.
also mentioned about the menu. Chef Arnold Purnomo
right.
There he is,
was in
yes.
charge of the head
Yeah.
of the kitchen. So what were his special dishes during the dinner?
Definitely a lot of seafood because Bajo is quite known for its
seafood
seafood.
for a long
I like took a peek at the menu. It was beautifully designed. It was like a little booklet with with the map. It was very nice with the map of Indonesia, and then you had different dishes from like Java and Manado. So they would like sort of pin it on the map where each dish comes from.
Oh, nice.
And the dessert was the famous klapa, of course. It's what we all enjoyed. I think it's quite common when you're on an island like Labuan Bajo. So he sort of vamped that up and made it into a cake-looking thing.
Like
From what I saw, I was like, oh, what's
but
that?
unfortunately, she did not get the chance.
Unfortunately, I
Did you
did not.
taste that? No?
I did not.
No.
But I think I did go. So right after rehearsal every night, we would go out on the hunt for seafood and grilled seafood by the water, and amazing.
Amazing.
Recommended if you're ever in Labuan Bajo.
We gotta get to Bajo first. Yeah. Oh, man. Now, talk about the performance, the delegates. How did they take everything in, right? I'm sure because Pak Wisnu Tama was arranging everything.
I mean,
It
I
was
think
packed.
I remember. So I have this habit of mingling after a show. I just walk, not really knowing where I'm going, and it's just really whoever I come across and have a conversation with when I go. And I came across some delegates from the Philippines and from Singapore, from Thailand as well. And they were like, wow, that was amazing. Like, we know Indonesia is such a beautiful place. We've heard of Labuan Bajo and it being a spectacular, like, tourist destination. But that show was something else. Like, it was amazing. I'm honestly at a loss of words. Never seen anything quite like it before.
Right.
And what a way to really welcome all of us here. And they really felt included. Like, it was not only a show for the ASEAN leaders, but it was also a show for them. For the delegates,
Right.
the people. And I think that that really touched them in a way that it left a mark in their hearts. Like, they look back now and they're like, yes, that summit was great, but wow, did you see the place? Did you see the performance?
No, because normally we would take them to Bali. We
True.
have
Like the G20.
the G20 and everything else international. We would just automatically Bali. But this time, Bajo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, if you're talking sort of people from abroad, they've never really heard of Bajo. Maybe they have, but not to a great extent.
Not to that
right?
extent,
Yeah, they've heard of Bali here and there, but, I'm really all for sort of making Bajo more known, sort of pushing that even more, because it's beautiful. Like, you don't need to go to the mountains.
Where in the
Right
world
here.
that you can have a show with the background of islands?
Islands.
Just islands, right?
Just islands
Just
is
islands.
actually a decoration on its own.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. You don't have
Like-
to do anything else. more.
Exactly, and you can see that how the performances were being crafted, and also the program as a whole was also being crafted beautifully.
Yeah.
And
Look at the dancers. It was just very put together. And I mean, it was especially close to my heart as well, because my national costume for Miss Earth was the Komodo dragon.
yeah, Komodo dragon.
And so to get to
right.
witness this performance, I was like, wow, like I'm
Finally, you get to see the real
The
Komodo
real
dragon
Komodo dragon.
origin.
All right, look at this. This is during the what? The opening ceremony?
That was the
welcome?
very start, yes.
very start, right?
They
opening
opened
dance.
with all the dancers, and it was
good Lord,
spectacular.
really
I mean,
beautiful.
The people there on the eastern side of Indonesia are very talented, very kind, very approachable.
I agree. They're very.
Just so welcoming, it was so nice to even get a sense of that as well for me personally.
Cool.
And talking about being a local Konko, right? Where we're Indonesians.
Yeah.
But we don't get to experience this often, and so if we can feel that level of sort of warmth, how much more
those
For them.
People,
delegates
yeah,
to
the
have
delegates
that,
visiting
yes,
from all
experience.
these different places.
Karina, what a pleasant surprise for me because I didn't know you were actually going to be in the studio, but she's here.
Surprise!
Flash,
Good to
right?
be home.
Thank you for the update, and hopefully we can
For having
chit-chat more just behind the studio here.
As
Oh,
well.
but wait, I want to hold her longer. Okay, stay tuned right after this.
Yes, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Last segment of the show, we're going to be playing games. All right,
Oh,
Hans, you guys
boy.
ready? You guys ready?